The round of 16 brought a few surprises. The left side of the table is the one whose teams have the highest FIFA rankings, and there are most of the candidates for the final victory, such as the World Wide Champions France, host Germany, Spain, as well as Portugal and Belgium. On the right side are European champions Italy, England, and the Netherlands are the top candidate for the trophy. Surprises include Georgia for the first time at this Euro stage, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Turkey. Swiss qualified second with 5 points in Group A, behind Germany. The most frequently used formation was the 3-4-2-1, with the entire defense playing all the matches together with the midfield duo of Abishar and Captain Xhaka. The areas of ball control were the center of defense and the flanks of the opponent's three-quarter. The defender Shar, the captain, and Akanji have offered the best performance so far. Italy finished as runners-up in Group B behind Spain and qualified thanks to Zaccagni's 98th minute equalizer against Croatia, who were a minute away from qualification. In the first game against Albania, they set the historic record for the fastest goal conceded, less than 30 seconds from the start, and with Spain, they could have conceded more than just a goal. The Italian defense has on few occasions conceded goals in any group game. The formation most often used was the 4-2-3-1, although in the last match the 3-5-2 was tried. None of the starting forwards have scored yet. Among the best players were Calafiori and Captain Donnarumma. Last European champions Jorginho as well as Barella have not yet shown. Di Lorenzo, despite playing every minute, was one of the last performing. The biggest areas of control were in the midfield and on the left flank, mainly with Di Marco. The Swiss showed problems with their positional attack. If Spalletti will show flexibility and simplify the game by cutting Swiss out of space, Italy, despite its problem with forwards, will aim for extra time. Being the first knock-out game, both teams will probably play with caution, leading to many tactical fouls. With Calafiori disqualified, Italy will not have balanced defensive lines, as they will often go into attack. Switzerland will offer some component pressure, well-coordinated work in defense, but no action in attack. All in all, we will most likely see a balanced and boring match where the Italians' experience might get the better of them in the long run, especially if they play with a three-man defense, taking advantage of the Swiss national team defensive deficiencies on the wings. Host nation Germany mainly used a 4-2-3-1, with which they dominated Scotland 5-1 in the opening game. The injured Rudiger, goalkeeper Neuer, and Kimmich played every minute. Captain Gundogan was among the most used. Musiala and Kroos were among the best players. In the final match of the group, which was drawn against Swiss, against all odds, there was not much turnover, even though the first position in Group A was already secured. Germany's areas of control were incredible, demonstrating an almost complete territorial dominance, with which they had the best attack of the group stage, with 8 goals scored. Denmark finished second in Group C, behind England, with 3 draws. The formation used was 3-4-1-2, with Eriksen as the offensive playmaker. Captain Michael, along with the entire defense, was the most frequently used player. Although there was a lack of incisiveness in front of goal, the defense held up well in all the matches. In fact, among the areas of greatest control was the central part of their own half, while they suffered a little from attacks on the flanks. Despite the draw with Switzerland, Germany is probably showing its best performance since the 2014 World Cup. Denmark played well against England, while in the matches against Serbia and Slovenia, the team conceded several goals. Germany is well prepared for a match set on long through by their opponents. Considering the 25 corner kicks taken almost all by cross and the skill of the defensive department leaders, Denmark will have to defend, especially against those and the insertion of the attacking wings. With almost complete domination on the pitch, cohesive offensive capabilities and the support of the home crowd, Germany has more quality, moral and experience to win in the 90 minutes. England, among the absolute favorites for the trophy, only won the first game against Serbia, drawing both the other two. They mainly used a 4-3-3 with the best Premier League player Foden always employed as a left winger, the captain and Bundesliga top scorer Kane as a striker, and the best Spanish La Liga player Bellingham as an attacking midfield. Alexander-Arnold lost his starting place the last game. In general, the quality of play was not the best among the teams that won their respective groups, despite the champions in the squad and the fact they had almost their entire midfield and attacking flanks as control zones. Is it possible that from the next game, left winger Gordon will start to play? Slovakia arrived in the round of 16 at third in Group E, behind Romania and Belgium, but on equal points with them, 4. They showed good form and main use of 4-3-3, with Captain Skriniar and the entire defense playing every game. They had mainly dominated the central area of their midfield, and the attacking wings have not yet managed to pose any big danger to their opponents. The two teams will meet for the 6th time in their history. England have a solid defensive department, but have not yet found the right balance in attack nor a balance in the build-up of play between the flanks and the central areas. Although Slovakia can press high with very technical teams like England, they might find themselves defending in their own area most of the time. Even without expressing a good game, the technical quality of the English team should make the difference already in the 90 minutes. Spain was the only team to have won all 3 matches and did so in probably the hardest group of the 6, even getting their defense unbeaten. It played with a 4-3-3, but in the last game against Albania, with a heavy turnover, the manager decided to try a 4-2-3-1. Many players stood out, in particular Fabian Ruiz, Williams, Yamal, Carvajal, Cucurella and Rodri, among the most controlled areas of the pitch. Apart from their own half, was certainly the top of the flanks, where the two offensive outfielders abused long throws and their own speed. Georgia qualified for the European round of 16 for the first time, having finished third behind Portugal and Turkey. They mainly use a 3-5-2, although in the second match of the tournament a 3-4-3 was initially tried. The goalkeeper, along with the favorite Kvaratskhelia, was the team's star player and probably the best between the posts in the tournament, along with the Italian Donnarumma. The team, new in the tournament, showed a lot of enthusiasm, but was practically dominated in every area of the field by the opponents except on the left flank, where Kvara was able to give his best. Spain, with their best defense, the speed of their attacking wings, the tenacity of their midfield, and the compactness of the group, could dominate from the beginning to the end of the match. In particular, Kvara was performed well so far, could suffer from the containment of the experienced right back Carvajal. But with a dense midfield and defending well on their flanks, Georgia could try to attack centrally, taking advantage of counter-attacking opportunities. France qualified thanks to only one win, an own goal and a penalty shootout, and finished out of all prediction behind Austria. It failed to live up to most expectation, both in terms of quality of individuals and considering recent performance in international tournaments. It mainly used a 4-2-3-1 with Mbappe as the only forward and Captain Griezmann as an attacking playmaker, but a 4-3-3 was attempted in the last game against Poland. The best player so far was Kante. The entire defense played every single minute and the ball control areas were practically everywhere except in front of the opponent's penalty area. And they mainly lacked the finishing touch to score on action. Belgium qualified second in Group E behind surprise Romania. Played any game with a 4-2-3-1 with Captain De Bruyne playing as an offensive playmaker in support of forward Lukaku, who scored 3 times but on all occasions was denied. Despite a territorial dominance on the left flank with Doku and Trossard, the goals came from the midfield. Two football powerhouses that have had contrasting paths to the stage of the tournament. Belgium will want to prove that its golden generation still has a word to say. The Blues boast a mix of seasoned veterans and exciting young talent and have all the quality needed to overcome Belgium, even if with difficult and advance to the next stage. The Red Devils had fans expressing their displeasure by booing the players of the pitch after their goalless draw against Ukraine because Belgium possesses a wealth of talent and experience that should and could prove crucial. The next match is unlikely to feature many goals, as both teams did not show their offensive capabilities during the group stage. Mbappe has the quality to single-handedly decide the outcome of the match and lead the team even when he does not show his best game, even if he has not done so in previous matches. The Belgian defense has also already shown its vulnerabilities, with numerous moments created by the opponents. Captain De Bruyne could turn on Lukaku and the attacking wings, but it is up to them to score against a very strong French defense. Portugal qualified first in Group F using mainly a 3-4-3 with underperforming Captain Ronaldo as the only forward, but also tried a 4-2-3-1 in the 3-0 win over Turkey. It is not certain who will play between Leao and Conceição as left wingers. Only the goalkeeper played every minute, while the other players alternate either for a mini turnover or to try out new tactical setups, such as Dalot on the midfield side. The players, with their tactical flexibility, managed to maintain almost complete control of the field, both in the center and on the flanks. Slovenia is another newcomer in the knockout stage of a major tournament, was on the surprise of Euro 2024. They finished third in Group C, behind England and Denmark, showing resilience, teamwork, and moments of individual brilliance. With their 4-4-2, the key to Slovenia's success was solid defensive organization and the ability to strike on the counter-attack. Players like Oblak and Sesko provide a world-class base for the team. Their status as underdogs could work in their favor, allowing them to play without the wave of expectation. Slovenia is one of the most defensively disciplined teams, having one of the best goalkeepers of the last decade in the net. The team is rarely seen losing with an handicap of more than one goal. It will probably draw Portugal to its side of the pitch, trying to expose the vulnerabilities of its defense, which were highlighted by Georgia, with counterattacks led by Sesko. In the match against Slovenia, the main offensive line behind Ronaldo is expected to be Conceição, Leao and Bernardo Silva, providing much-needed firepower for the team. Cristiano has yet to score his first goal during this European tournament, and it seems that the match against Slovenia is the best time to do so, as he is the national team's most prolific striker and the highest overall scorer in European Championship history. Considering the possession of the ball in previous matches, Portugal should and could attack both from the center and on the flanks. Slovenia could suffer the ball game. Romania finished first in Group E, with 4 points along with all the other 3 teams. Romania has played the last 2 matches with a 4-1-4-1, an anomaly for this Euro. The team features a strong midfield including Captain Stancu, Marin and Hagi, who will be instrumental in dictating play and creating opportunities. The team also boasts a solid defensive unit with players like Bursa and Nedel Sherau providing stability at the back. Outstanding performance during the qualifier provide the team could compete at the direct elimination stage. As areas of control in the attacking phase, the flankers make their presence felt, but in the center, despite dense midfield, they have a struggle. Netherlands qualified at first, behind Austria and France in Group D. They used a 4-3-3 with an attacking center forward. Some key players like Depay and Reijnders did not perform as expected, and the defense, led by Van Dijk, conceded 4 goals in 3 matches. They dominated the attacking flanks while conceding a lot on the flanks. Considering the matches played previously, this game could be quite balanced, as the quality and technique of the Orange individuals could be countered by the Romanians' grit and composure. The latter will certainly attack on the flanks, but if they are blocked in the midfield or do not keep the ball, they might suffer the opponent for long stretches of the match. Austria, incredible, qualified as first in Group D, ahead of France and the Netherlands, and also achieved the second best score with 6 goals. Using only a 4-2-3-1, midfield Sabitzer proved to be one of the best in the tournament, and Captain Arnautovic also played well as a frontman. They mainly keep the ball in their midfield and on the left wing Sabitzer. Turkey finished second behind Portugal in Group F and reached the knockout stage for the 3rd time. Coach Montella used a 4-2-3-1 with Captain Çalhanoğlu as offensive playmaker. The most frequently employed players were Kadeoglu as left back and Ilmaz as first forward. The wings, Yildiz and Güler, star players, shone at times. The teams finished with a goal difference of 0, with 5 goals scored. As control zone, they held the center of the pitch and the attacking wings very well, but suffered on the right defensive wing. Despite Austria's better chance for a place in the round, they could suffer a lot on the flanks from both Yildiz and Güler. Although their central defenders could hold Yilmaz well. In midfield, there will be a lot of ground ball combat, and both teams will try not to lose balls control and avoid cross to the opposing wings.